So in this episode of Star Trek Attack Wing Tactical Table, we're going to be talking about the USS Prometheus, which is a different kind of ship. So here is your basic card, or your named ship, the USS Prometheus class, because it was a one-off experimental ship, with the great stats of 5145 and the amazing upgrade bar of 2 tech, 2 weapons, and 2 crew. So if you're not bound by the 50-point limit, you can really stack the upgrades on the Prometheus. And it is quite a powerful ship with 5 attack dice and 9 damage to get through. It also has a fairly unique maneuver dial. The only one that even comes close is the Enterprise E. As you can see, it's a very fast ship, but does not have a whole lot of maneuverability to it. With only 3 white turns, no 2 turns at all, and only a 1 straight, not even 1 banks. So this maneuver dial is both interesting and problematic at the same time, because it gives you that speed to kind of get out of the way, but also limits on your abilities to shoot. So there are ways around that, though. There's a couple of really good ways around that. So the 2 best ways are going to be, one, using the dorsal phaser array from the Enterprise E. So with the 5 attack dice, the dorsal phaser array will be 6 points, but still it's a very good way to overcome that limited turns on the Prometheus, so you're not stuck to just that 90-degree front arc. The other way, or even you can use both, is with Admiral Forrest. Admiral Forrest gives you an additional 1 maneuver straight banker turn, does not have to be on your dial. So for that action, you can actually do a 3 sharp turn and a 2, and then a 1 sharp turn, or any other sort of maneuvers. So a 1 straight and 1 sharp will help get around that if you don't want to use a dorsal phaser array. Personally, I think both is a really good option. So if you're going to be using your action for that, you'll probably want some sort of free action. So here's Captain Spock, who gives you a free target lock or scan. You'll probably always be using the target lock. You can upgrade this to Picard 9 for that free action, but there's a chance you'll probably be using him on a different ship. So using Mr. Spock on the Prometheus with the dorsal phaser array will work very nicely. So what are your other upgrades? One thing I would definitely consider doing is getting the Unimatrix shielding, and maybe even the other shield upgrade from the Delta Flyer, the immersion shielding, which upgrades the survivability of the ship quite a bit. One thing to note about the Prometheus is that the named ability isn't that great, so you might want to just use the generic version. You do lose a crew slot, but you save 2 points, and you can just use that points for either shields or something like Tom Paris. So that gives you, with the combination of the dorsal phaser array and Admiral Forrest and Captain Spock, and even with the Unimatrix shielding, you're talking very effective 360 shot in any direction, with a lot of speed and a lot of maneuverability, and just a lot of damage to get through. A total of, if you go with both of them, 8 shields, or 7 or 8 shields to get through. And even if you get 2 defense dice with, like, say, Tom Paris, you'll probably be even better off. So that's what I think about the U.S. Prometheus. Actually, a very different kind of ship. Flies a lot differently than many other Federation ships, and so having the flexibility of the dorsal phaser array and or Admiral Forrest will give the tactical flexibility which you need to effectively use its powerful primary attack. So that's really all I got to say here about the USS Prometheus, and thanks for watching.